Ooh, one love you. I'm ready to call next. No, we gotta fight. It's wartime. It's Monday. It's Monday in the break of the Monday. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get uh part two, chapter two of part two in Ms. Zora Neale Hurston's book, Mules and Men started. We're on part two, Hoodoo. The second half of the book. Oh, we running it. Part two chapter two gonna be a pretty lengthy. It's longer than the other one, so we're gonna get into it. Oh man, I'm ready to get up and do battle and do my part to thrust through and uplift the downtrodden and oppressed with my readings. General SHILO is here. So, man, get your popcorn ready. Man, we're going to see what Miss Zora talking about. You know, she done moved from Eatonville. She done went down to New Orleans. She trying to find her old hoodoo doctor, a hoodoo man, a voodoo man. So she could see what's what. So she could try to get herself into hoodoo school. What they say, you're never too old to learn. So Miss Zora gonna go to night college. She going to since she headed to New Orleans, man, she must be going to ICDC college for hoodoo. ICDC. Mules and Men. Chapter 2, part 2. Now I was in New Orleans and I asked. They told me Algiers, the part of New Orleans that is across the river to the west. I went there and lived for 4 months and asked. I found women reading cards and doing mail order business in names and institutions of well-known factors and conjure. Nothing worth putting on paper, but they all claim some knowledge and link to Mary Laveau. From so much of hearing the name, I asked everyone for this, Laveau, and everybody told me differently. But from what they said, I was eager to know to the end of the talk. Hey, shalom, everybody. Welcome. It carried me back across the river into the Vauquerie. All agreed that she had lived and died in the French Quarter of New Orleans, so I went there to ask. I found an oil painting of the Queen of Conjure on the walls of the Cabildo and mention of her in the guidebooks of New Orleans. But I did a lot of stumbling and asking before I heard of Luke Turner, himself a hoodoo doctor, who says that he is her nephew. And when I found out about Turner, I had already studied under 5 two-headed doctors and had gone through an initiation ceremony with each. So I asked Turner to take me as a pupil. He was a very cold. In fact, he showed no eagerness even to talk with me. He feels sure of his powers and seeks no one. He refused to take me as a pupil. And in addition to his habitual indifference, I could see he had no faith in my sincerity. I could see him searching my face for whatever was behind what I said. And the city of New Orleans has a law against fortune tellers, hoodoo doctors, and the like, and Turner did not know me. He asked me to excuse him as he was writing or waiting upon someone in the inner room. I let him go, but I sat right there and I waited. When he returned, he tried to shoo me away by being rude. I stayed on. Finally, he named an impossible price for tuition. I stayed and dickered. He all but threw me out, but I stayed and urged him. I made 3 more trips before he would talk to me in any way that I could feel encouraged. He talked about Marie Laveau because I asked. I wanted to know if she was really as great as they told me. So he enlightened my ignorance and taught me. We sat before the soft coal fire in his grate. Time went around pointing out what God had already made. Moses had seen the burning bush. Solomon, by magic, knowed all wisdom. And Marie Laveau was a woman in New Orleans. She was born February 2nd of 1827. Anybody don't believe I tell the truth can go look at that book in St. Louis Cathedral. Her mama and her papa, they wasn't married, and his name was Christopher Glapian. She was very pretty, one of the Creole quadroons, and many people said she would never be a hoodoo doctor like her mama and her grandmother before her. She liked to go to the balls very much where all the young men fell in love with her. But Alexander, the great two-headed doctor, felt the power in her, and so he tell her she must come to study with him. Marie, she rather dance and make love, but one day a rattlesnake come to her in her bedroom and spoke to her. So she went to Alexander and studied. But soon she went to teach her teacher, and the snake tried with her, and the snake stayed with her always. She has her own house on St. Anne Street, and people come from the ends of America to get help from her. Even Queen Victoria ask her help and send her a cashmere shawl with money also. Now, some white people say she hold hoodoo dance on Congo Square every week, but Marie Laveau never hold no hoodoo dance. That was a pleasure dance. They beat the drum with the shin bone of a donkey, and everybody danced like they did doing Haiti. Hoodoo is private. She give the dance the first Friday night of each month, and they have crab gumbo and rice to eat, and the people dance. The white people come look on, and they think they see all when they only see the dance. The police hear so much about Marie Laveau that they come to her house on St. Anne Street to put her in jail. First one come, she stretch out her left hand, and he turn around and never stop until someone come lead him away. Then 2 come together. She put them to running and barking like dogs. 4 come, and she put them to, and she know who they are before she even look. She don't work at her altar. She did work at her altar, and they all went to sleep on their steps. Out on Lake Pontchartrain at Bayou St. John, she hold a great feast every year on the eves of St. John on June 24th. It is Midsummer's Eve, and the sun gives special benefits then that need great honor. The special drum be played then. It is the cowhide stretched over a half barrel, beat with a jawbone. Some say a man, but I think they do not know. I think the jawbone of an ass or a cow. She holds the feast of St. John partly because she is a Catholic and partly because of hoodoo. The ones around her altar fix everything for the feast. And nobody see Marie Laveau for 9 days before the feast. But when the great crowd of people at the feast called upon her, she would rise out of the waters of the lake with a great communion candle burning upon her head and another one in each of her hands. She walked upon the water to the shore. As a little boy, I saw her myself. When the feast was over, she went back into the lake, and nobody saw her for 9 days again. And on the feast, that I saw her open the waters, she looked hard at me and nodded her head so that her tignon shook. What's a tignon? A tignon? Her tignon shook. It's me, Quinza. What up, Quinza? Who is you, Quinza? Welcome. Come on in, Quinza. It's me, Quinza. Mario. You made me lose my spot, Quinza. Come on the wrong damn page. Her tignon shook. Tignon. Her tignon shook. Throw together. Tignon, Tignon, a tignon. It's not in here. Let's check this out. Let me write it down. Tignon. What is a tignon? Gotta go through my Google. Search my Google. Tiger. Tiggin. Say Tiggin, but not Tignon. And nodded her head so that her tignon shook. I don't know what the hell is a tignon. It's not in here. Everybody know what a tignon is? Please look it up. Leave it in the comments. Then I knew I was called to take up her work. She was very old, and I was a lad of 17. Soon I went to wait upon her altar on Bayou St. John's. The rattlesnake that had come to her, a little one, when she was all sang and Marie Laveau, "Look well, Turner," she told me. "No one shall hear and see such of this for many centuries." She went to her great altar and made great ceremony. The snake finished his song and seemed to sleep. She drove me back to bed and went again to her altar. The next morning, the great snake was not at his altar. His hide was before the great altar, stuffed with spices and things of power. It is said that the snake went off to the woods alone after the death of Marie Laveau, but they don't know. This is his skin that I wear about my shoulders whenever She sat at the altar with the great sun candle burning and shining in her face. She set the water upon the altar and turned to the window and looked upon the lake. The sky grew dark. The lightning raced to the 17 quarters of the heavens, and the lake heaved like the mighty herd of cattle rolling in a pasture. The house shook with the earth. She told me, "You are afraid. That is right. You should fear. Go to your own house and build an altar. Power to Bayou St. John, and try to enter the house, but she tried hard to sit him off. They beat upon the door, but she will not open. The terrible strong wind at last tore the house away and set it in the lake. The strong wind at last tore the house away and set it in the lake. The thunder and lightning grow greater. Then the loving ones find a boat and went out to where her house floats on one side. "Oh, please, no," she tells them. "I want to die here in the lake," but they would not permit her. She did not wish her destruction. She did not wish them for their destruction. So she let herself be drawn away from her altar in the lake. And the wind, the thunder, the lightning, and the water all ceased the moment she set foot on dry land. And that night she was also sing a song and is dead. Yes. So I have the snake skin and do works with the power she leave me. How did Marie Laveau do her work? I asked, feeling that I had gotten a little closer to him. She go to her great altar and seek until she become the same as the spirit. Then she come out into the room where she listens to them that come to ask. She go into the altar room, and when she come out and take her seat, the lady will say to her, "O good mother, I come to you with my heart bowed down and my shoulders drooping and my spirits broken, for an enemy has sorely tried me, has caused my loved ones to leave me, has taken from me my worldly goods and my gold, has spoken meanly of me and caused my friends to lose faith in me. On my knees I pray to you, good mother, that you will cause confusion to reign in the house of my enemy, and that you will take their power from them and cause them to be unsuccessful." Marie Laveau is not a woman when she answered the one who asked. No, she is God, yes. Whatever she is, it will come so, she say. "O my daughter, I have heard your woes and your pains and tribulations, and in depth of the wisdom of the gods, I will help you find peace and happiness. It is written that you will take of the vinaigrades fourfold from him, and you will dip into it a sheet of pure parchment paper, and on this sheet you will write the names of your enemies, and send it to the house of your enemies, tightly sealed. When the sun shall have risen and gone down 3 times, you will take of the water of Mars called war water, and in front of the house of your enemy pass by. This you will do as you pass by. If it be a woman, you will take an egg of a guinea fowl and put it into the powder of the fruit of cayenne and the dust of gopher, and you will set it in the fire and your own house, in your own house, and in clear water from the skies of the sky, you will boil it until it shall be hard. Gopher. What is gopher? Gopher taken from a grave. Shit. Some cayenne pepper and some grave dirt. Sprinkle some cayenne pepper and some grave dirt. Any grave? What type of grave? Dirt taken out of a grave. A used grave? What kind of grave? A freshly dug grave. And you will set it on a fire in your own house and in a clear water. From the skies you will boil it until it shall be hard. This you will do, so that there shall be no fruit from her womb. Damn. She hit her with the birth control. She hit her with that Planned Parenthood. So that no fruit, there'll be no fruit from her womb. Marie Laveau, Planned Parenthood. Let me not. And you shall take of the damnation powders to 2 drachmas. What's a drachma? I've heard that before as well. Where's my shit? A drachma. Who knows what a drachma is? A drachma. What is the scale of a drachma? That's an old measurement. Drachma. DRACHMAS. Drachma. Not drama, but drachma. And it's not even in here. Let's try the bigger one. The drachma. Excuse me. Excuse me. Drachma. D-R-A. Drachma. Drachma. A drachma. It's a Greek unit. Any of various ancient Greek units of weight. Any of various modern units of weight. A dram. An ancient Greek silver coin, eventually to 6 odals. See money table. Greek money, a dram. A drachma, a Greek unit of weight. Greek unit of weight. A drachma. And you shall take of the damnation powder 2 drachmas, and of the water powders 2 drachmas, and make a package of it, and send it to the home of the one who has spoken badly of you, and has treated you mean, so that damnation and trouble shall be on the head of your enemy and not on you. What's that shit they used to get in the mail back in the day? Or like back in the day was some shit they used to like don't open. They used to be like, don't open that. They got not asbestos. I think it's that stuff I got that shot in the arm for when I was in Iraq. I went to Iraq. I forget what it is. This will come to me. But that's what it sounds like. She's sending people death powder. Oh, Lord, don't open that. Where that package from? Marie Laveau? Oh, Lord. It better not be some drop. You will do this so that you will undo your enemies, and you will take the power to harm you away from your enemies. O daughter, go you in peace and do the works required of you, so that you will have rest and comfort from your enemies, and that they will have not the power to harm you and lower you in the sight of your people and belittle you in the sight of your friends, and so be it. And by the time that Turner had finished his recite, in fact, he gave me the feeling that he was just speaking, but not for my benefit. He was aware of somewhere. He was away off somewhere. He made a final dramatic gesture with open hands and hushed for a minute. Then he sank deeper into himself and went on. But when she put the last curse on a person, it would be better if that man was dead, yes. What an impatient gesture. He signaled me not to interrupt him. So she set the altar for the curse with black candles that have been dressed in vinegar. She would write the name of the person to be cursed on the candle with a needle. Then she placed 15 cents in the lap of death between the altar to pay the spirit to obey her orders. 15 cents. Oh, Lord. Then she placed her hands flat upon the table and say the curse prayer. To the man, O God, O great one. I wonder if this, would they really put this in here? I have been sorely tried by my enemies and have been blasphemed and lied against. My good thoughts, my honest actions have been turned to bad actions, its honest ideas. My home has been disrespected. My children have been cursed and ill-treated. My dear ones have been backbitten and their virtue questioned. O man God, I beg that this that I ask for my enemy shall come to pass, that the south wind shall scorch their bodies and make them wither, and shall not be tempered to them, that the north wind shall freeze their blood and numb their muscles, and that it shall not be tempered to them, that the west wind shall blow away their live breath, and will not leave their hair grow, and that their fingernails shall fall off and their bones shall crumble, that the east wind shall make their minds grow dark, their sight shall fail, their seed dry up, so that they shall not multiply. I ask that their fathers and mothers from their furthest generation will not intercede for them before the great throne, and the wombs of their women shall not bear fruit except for strangers, and that who may come shall be weak of mind and paralyzed of limb, and that they themselves shall curse them in their turn for every turning of the breath of life into their bodies. I pray that disease and death shall be forever with them, and that their worldly goods shall not prosper, and that their crops shall not multiply, and that their cows, their sheep, and their hogs, and all their living beasts shall die of starvation and thirst. I pray that their house shall be unlike their innermost recesses of their home, and that the foundation shall crumble and the floods tear asunder. You know, when that whole little section make me think about when people talk about you should be cursing. Don't curse me. That's a curse. That's a curse. Not saying shit, damn, fuck, whatever. This what I just read. That is a curse. That's cursing somebody. If they're not talking to you like that, man, they ain't cursing you. He might be using some language you don't like, but it's not a curse. Saying shit is not a curse. Saying that I pray your children be lame and dumb, that's a curse. That's a curse. That is a curse. I pray that the sun shall not shed its rays on them in benevolence, but instead it shall beat down on them and burn them and destroy them. I pray that the moon shall not give them peace, but instead shall deride them and decree them the cause their minds to shrivel. I pray that their friends shall betray them and cause them loss of power, of gold and of silver, and that their enemies shall smite them until they beg for mercy, which shall not be given them. I pray that their tongue shall forget how to speak in sweet words, and that it shall be paralyzed, and that all about them will be dissolution. All about dissolution. I'm tripping. Desolation. Pestilence and death. Oh man, God, I ask you for all these things because they have dragged me in the dust and destroyed my good name, broken my heart, and caused me to curse the day that I was born. And so be it. Turner again made that gesture with his hands that meant the end. Then he sat in a dazed silence. My own spirits had been falling all during the terrible curse, and he did not have to tell me to be quiet this time. After a long period of waiting, I rose to go. The spirit his knees. I nodded that I had heard and went out. The next day he began to prepare me for my initiation ceremony. For rest assured that no one may wear the crown of power without preparation. It must be earned. And what is this crown of power? Nothing definite and material. Turner crowned me with the consecrated snakeskin. I have been crowned in other places with flowers, with ornamental paper, with cloth, with sycamore bark, with eggshells. It is the meaning, not the material, that counts. The crown without the preparation means no more than a college diploma without the 4 years' work. This preparation period is akin to that of all mystics. Clean living, even to clean thoughts. A sort of going to the wilderness in the spirit. The details do not matter. My 9 days being up and possessed of the 3 snake skins and the new underwear required, I entered Turner's house as an inmate to finish the 3 days of my novitiate. I don't know what that is. A novitiate. I thought you were going to say my initiation. I wonder if it has something to do with her initiation. Novitiate. Novitiate. Novitate. Novitiate. Novitiate. Let's see. Let's see if it's in a little bitty. Novitiate. I think that's the word. Novitiate. Novi. It's not in here. Novitiate. Initiate. I wonder if it's like initiate. Novitiate. Novitiate. Let's check the bill. A novice. Maybe it has something to do with novice, being a novice. A novitiate. The period or state of being a novice. A house where novices are trained. A novitiate. It makes sense. A novitiate. Turner had become so sure of his fitness as the hoodoo doctor that he would accept no money from me except what was necessary to defray the actual cost of the ceremony. So I ate my final meal before 6 o'clock of the evening before and went to bed for the last time with my right stockings on and my left leg bare. I entered the old pink stucco house in the Volcar. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. Volcarie. In Volcarie at 9 o'clock. Vieux. Vo. I think it's Vo. Vio. Carre. Carre with a slash over it. Carre. Vo. I think it's Vo. I know it's French. Volcarie. In the Volcarie. At 9 o'clock in the morning. Oh, Shalom. Oh, my son. Oh, my son, Shalom. How you feeling? Oh, my son. All praise that the Most High allowed you to rise. My son. You have everything you need to succeed today, my son. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear?
Yes, sir.
Can you speak?
Yes, sir.
Can you think?
Yes.
Feel?
Yes, sir.
Walk?
Yes, sir.
Then you have everything you need to succeed today, son. You have everything you need to succeed, sir. Now it's on you. It's on you to use it. But you have all you need. I love you. All right. You sit right there while I read. Finish. Are you going to sit right there? Good God. So I ate my final to bed for the last time with my right stocking. Into the I was to lie for 3 days. With the I was made ready at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Naked, I was stretched face downwards, my naked snakeskin cover, and began my 3-day search for the spirit that he might accept me or reject me according to his will. 3 days my body must lie silent and fasting, while my spirit went wherever spirits must go to seek answers never given to men as men. I could have no food, but a pitcher of water was placed on a small table at the head of the couch, that my spirit might not waste time in search of water, which should be spent in search of the power giver. The spirit must have water, and if none has been provided, it would wander in search of it. An evil spirit might attack it as it wandered about dangerous places. If it should be seriously injured, it might never return to me. For 69 hours I lay there. I have 5 psychic experiences and awoke at last with no feeling of hunger, only one of exaltation. I opened my eyes because Turner called me. He stood before the great altar dressed ceremoniously. 5 others were with him. Seeker, come, Turner called. I made to rise and go with him. Another laid his hand upon me lightly, restraining me from rising. How must I come? He asked in my behalf. You must come to the spirit across running water, Turner answered in a sort of chant. So a tub was placed beside. Well, go pee, boy, get out of here. So a tub was placed beside the bed. And brush your teeth. I was assisted to my feet and led to the tub. 2 men poured water into the tub while I stepped into it and out again on another side. So he crossed. She has crossed the dangerous stream in search of the spirit. The one who spoke for me chanted, the spirit does not know her name. What is she called? She has no name, but what the spirit gives. I see her conjuring and accomplishing with the lightning and making her road with thunder. She shall be called the rain bringer. I was stretched again upon the couch. Turner approached me with 2 brothers, one on either side of him. One held a small paintbrush dipped in yellow. The other bore one dipped in red. With ceremony, Turner painted the lightning symbol down my back with the right shoulder to my left hip, from my right shoulder to my left hip. This was to be my sign forever. The great one was to speak to me in storms. I was now dressed in the new underwear, and the white veil was placed over my head, covering my face, and I was seated in the chair. After I was dressed, a pair of eyes was painted on my cheeks as a sign that I could see in more ways than one. The sun was painted on my forehead. Many came into the room and performed ceremonial acts, but none spoke to me. Nor could I speak to them while the veil covered my face. Turner cut the little finger of my right hand and caught the gushing blood in a wine cup. He added wine and mixed it with the blood. Then he and all the other 5 leaders let blood from themselves also and mixed it with the wine and in another glass. I was led to drink from the cup containing their blood their mingled bloods, and each of them, in turn, beginning with Turner, drank mine. At high noon, I was seated at the splendid altar. It was dressed in the center with a huge communion candle with my name upon it set in sand, 5 large ice cakes in different colors, a plate of honeyed St. Joseph's bread. I wonder if that St. Joseph's bread is some damn, I can't think of it. It's what you get from Cafe Du Monde. A beignet. A beignet. I wonder if St. Joseph's bread is beignets. Honeyed St. Joseph's bread. If you're from New Orleans, man, hey, all my people from New Orleans, what is St. Joseph's bread? Find out for me. Do the footwork for me. What is St. Joseph's bread? Is it beignets? Is St. Joseph's bread a beignet? Because when you watch The Princess and the Frog, the little chick who I can't remember her name. The black girl who turned into the frog along with the prince, she was cooking beignets with honey. She was putting that honey. Now, I never had honey over my beignets, but I know that they cook like that. I know that they make like that. Honey St. Joseph's bread. I wonder. St. Joseph's bread. Or is it a king cake? I wonder. A plate of honeyed St. Joseph's bread. A plate of serpent-shaped breads. Spinach and egg cakes fried in olive oil. Breaded Chinese okra fried in olive oil. Roast veal and wine. 2 huge yellow bouquets, 2 red bouquets, and 2 white bouquets, and 36 yellow tapers, and a bottle of holy water. Turner seated me and stood behind me with his ceremonial hat upon his head and the crown of power on his head. Spirit, I ask you to take her. Do you hear me? She is worthy. He held the crown poised above her head for a full minute, A profound silence held the room. Then he lifted the veil from my face and let it fall behind my head and crowned me with power. He lit my candle for me. But from then on, I might be a candlelighter myself. All the candles were reverently lit. We all sat down and ate the feast. Because they don't want me to read today. Drink this without tasting. Down, and he took the glass from my ceremony, waited only for the good hour of 12 midnight into the old Studebaker sedan, all but Turner, who led us in a truck. Out road number 61 was rattled until the road and sent back to town. It was a little after 11, walking through wood near the lake. A candle was burning at each of the 4 corners of the clearing, representing the 4 corners of the world and the 4 winds. I could hear the occasional slap of the whisper to a broom of typing paper I had been urged to bring were brought into the 9 sheets were blessed by the light from the shaped lantern. From the shaded lantern. Oh, Mama! Oh, shalom, my boy. Oh, my son. Oh, my son. Oh, praises. The Most High allowed you to rise up this morning, my son. Oh, my boy. Oh, I love you. Oh, you here? You with me? We out you. Another day. We don't you? Oh, I love you. How you feeling this morning?
Good.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
You sound funny. You sound funny. Are you sure you're okay?
Yes, sir.
Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear?
Yes, sir.
Can you think?
Yes, sir.
Can you speak?
Yes, sir.
Can you feel?
Yes, sir.
Can you walk?
Yes, sir.
You have everything you need to succeed today, DJ. The Most High has given you everything you need to succeed, sir. And I'm glad you're here with me. So we can succeed. We got a job to do. And you have everything you need to succeed. And I'll be here to help you if you need me. Did you brush your teeth? Funky mouth. I love you. Go brush your teeth, my son. The crate containing the black sheep was opened, and the sheep led forward into the center of the circle. He stood there dazedly while the chant of strange syllables rose. I asked Turner the word I would know what to say. It was the head and withers of the sheep were stroked as Turner began. My petition was thrust into the broom was seized and dipped in the blood from the slit throat, and the ground swept vigorously back and forth, the length of the dying sheep. It was swept from the long as the blood gushed. Earth, the mother of the great one, and us all, has been upheaved. With this, and the digging was dug from under him so that his body dropped into the hole. He was covered with the 9 sheets of paper bearing the petition, and the earth heaped upon him. A white candle was set upon the grave, and we straggled back to the road in the Studebaker. I studied under Turner 5 months and learned all of the Laveau routines. But in this book, all of the works of any doctor cannot be given. However, we performed several of Turner's own routines. Once a woman, an excited, angry woman, wanted something done to keep her husband true. She came and paid Turner gladly for his services. Turner took a piece of string that had been treated at the altar and gave it to the woman. Measure the man where I tell you, but he must never know. Measure him in his sleep, then fetch back the string to me. The next day, the woman came at 10 o'clock instead of 9 as Turner had told her. He had made her wait until 12 o'clock, that being a good hour. 12 is one of the benign hours of the day, when 10 is a malignant hour. When Turner took the string and tied 9 knots in it, and tied it to a larger piece of string, which he tied about her waist, she was completely undressed for the ceremony, and Turner cut some hair from under her left armpit and some from the right side of her groin and put it together. Damn. They got some shit going on up here. And it was all placed on the altar and burned in a votive light with the wish for her husband to love her and forget all others. Man, hey, man, I know some people that done some shit. They ain't did this, but they done some shit. And they got what they asked for. But after they got what they asked for, they didn't want that no more. Like they did some stuff to make a man stay with them. I'd heard of people bearing drawers in the backyard and stuff like that because they didn't want a man to go nowhere. And then when that man wouldn't leave, When they wanted him to go, it became a problem. She went away quite happy. She was so satisfied with the work that she returned with a friend a few days later. Turner, with his toothless mouth, his Berber-like face, said to the new caller, "I can see you got trouble," he shivered. "It is all in the room. I feel the pain of it. Anger, malice. Tell me, who is this man you so fight with?" "My husband's brother. He hate me and make all the trouble he can," the woman said in a tone so even and dull that it was hard to believe she meant what she said. "He must leave this town or die. Yes, it is much better he is dead if he is dead." Then she burst out, "Yeah, he should be dead long time ago. He should be dead long time ago. Long before he spy upon me, before he tells lies, lies, lies. I should be very happy for his funeral." "Oh, I can't feel the great hate around you," Turner said. "Oh, I can feel the great hate around you. It follow you everywhere, but I kill nobody. I send him away if you want so he can never come back. I put guards all along the road in the spirit world, and these he cannot pass, no. When he go, never will he come back to New Orleans. You see him no more. He will be forgotten and all his works. Then I am satisfied." "Yes," the woman said. "When will you send him off?" "I asked the spirit, you will know." She paid him, and he sent her off, and Turner went to his snake altar and sat in silence for a long time. When he arose, he sent me out to buy 9 black chickens and 4 thieves' vinegar. He himself went out and got 9 small sticks, upon which he had me write the troublesome brother-in-law's name one time on each stick. At 10 that night, we went out into a small interior court so prevalent in New Orleans and drove 9 stakes into the ground, and the left leg of the chicken was tied to each stake. Then the fire was built with the 9 sticks, on which the name had been written. The ground was sprinkled all over with the 4 thieves' vinegar, and Turner began his dance. From the fire to the circle of the fluttering chickens and back again to the fire. The feathers were picked from the heads of the chicken in the frenzy of the dance and scattered to the 4 winds. He called the victim's name each time as he whirled 3 times with the chicken's head feathers in his hand. Then he flung them far. The terrified chickens flopped and fluttered frantically in the dim firelight. I had been told to keep up the chant of the victim's name in rhythm and to beat the ground with a stick. This I did with fervor. Turner danced on. One by one, the chickens were seized and killed by having their heads pulled off. But Turner was in such a condition with his whirling and dancing that he seemed in a hypnotic state. When the last fowl was dead, Turner drank a great draught of wine and sank before the altar. When he arose, we gathered some ashes from the fire and sprinkled the bodies of the dead chickens, and I was told to get out the car. I drove out one of the main highways for a mile and threw one of the chickens away. Then another mile and another chicken until the 9 dead chickens had been disposed of. The spirits of the dead chickens had been instructed never to let the troublemaker pass inward to New Orleans again after he had passed them going out. One day Turner told me that he had taught me all that he could, and he was quite satisfied with me. He wanted me to stay and work with him and as his partner. He said that soon I would be in possession of the entire business. For the spirit had spoken to him and told him that I was the last doctor that he would make. The new one, and that 1 year that 1 year and 79 days from then, he would die. Shit. He wanted me to stay with him to the end. It has been a great sorrow to me that I could not say yes. And that was the end of chapter 2. Chapter 2 of Miss Zora Neale Hurston's Mules and Men. And man, ooh, there's some hoodoo shit going on over there. Ooh, wait. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful around these parts down here in the boot, in the bottom. You might get the boot. There'll be some strange stuff going on. You know, you have to be mindful. Like one thing for sure, I was always told, man, you know, down here growing up, you never eat nobody's spaghetti. Never eat nobody red gravy. If somebody cooks something with a red gravy, say no. Like did it. Say no. Say no. Don't eat that red gravy. And for the longest time, I didn't. For the longest time, I didn't. And, you know, now that I'm back in Louisiana, I don't. I'm back at it again. I'm not eating that. What you cook? Spaghetti? Oh, I'm good. I don't even want to eat my mama's spaghetti. For real. If it wasn't, that was a saying. If your people didn't cook it, don't eat it, my boy. Do not eat it, my boy, my girl. Don't eat it. Like you wouldn't go. Like that's not something they got a lot down here. Like where I'm at, man, you don't find no Italian restaurant, you know, serving spaghetti. The other business. Well, you know, it might not be spaghetti, but they got like what do they call it? Etouffee. Etouffee kind of etouffee, a slum. They got red gravies in it, or you know, something like that. A sauce. Sauce down here got a red gravy. But normally, I bet also, you know, that's why a lot of men down here cook. You gotta worry, who cook? Tony? Oh yeah, that boy can cook. You can eat Tony spaghetti. You can eat Tony sauce. Eat Tony, eat Richard. Richard made that etouffee? Who made this? Bertha? I don't eat that. Bueller made that etouffee? Oh no, I know you lying to me. Fish coubillon. Oh yeah, coubillon. I think that's made with a red gravy. A coubillon. Fish head soup. Fish head coubillon. Made with a red gravy. A lot of tomatoes. Be careful. Watch out now. Watch what you eat down here. It's everywhere. You know, that stuff, you know, hey man, you gotta be careful, man. Look how she told the nigga, man. Told that man he go measure him while he sleep. Go measure him while he sleep. Oh Lord, no. Measure him. Take this string and measure him. It's me, Quinza. Oh, but hey, that was chapter 2. Chapter 2 of Mules and Men by Miss Zora Neale Hurston. Of part 2, chapter 2 of part 2, Hoodoo, which was a good read today. I think I read pretty well. I didn't stumble over as many words as other times. So it was good. Oh, Jessica! What up? Miss Rollins? You out here? Oh, yeah. You are digital. I am digital. Digital. You must be talking about how I sound. Well, yeah. We'll see. It's just good. Hope all is well with you, man. Yeah, definitely a good read today. Very interesting. But Miss Zora is learning. What Miss Zora is learning from Mr. Turner. She went seeking. I wonder how many, of these women who do these, tarot card readings and lighting of the candles and shit of that nature. I wonder if they had to do some of these same rituals, ceremonies, Did they have to, have some lay down naked for 3 days on some snake skin? Oh man. Or, did they have some of the pubic hair cut off from one side and the armpit hair cut off from the other side? I wonder these things. Like I met me a witch, or a woman who said she was a witch. And these are, along the lines of things I asked this lady. Things that come to my mind when I think of witches and hoodoo and voodoo. Ms. Zora ain't did nothing but fill my mind with other questions. I want to know. You did that? You laid him on that table for 9 days with nothing but water, girl. Did you go see Mr. Turner? Do you know Marie Laveau? Tell me about Miss Laveau. There's a name all the way across the world. Yeah, I would like to know some of these things. But yeah, like I said, man, today was a good read. I'm excited, ready for war. I had to come do my part of destroying the world. Like Pinky and the Brain. What we gonna do today, Pinky? We gonna take over the world, Brain. I mean, what we gonna do today, Brain? We gonna take over the world, Pinky. We gonna take over the world. One book at a time. Destruction. Oh, I'm gonna do my part, baby. I'm doing my part. I got up early this morning and came in here to become destroyer of worlds and read. Let my voice ring loud through the streets of YouTube, so destruction can fall upon thee. From whence did this man cometh? Reading of such things. Who wanted to take over? No, I can't. That's what they say. They told me that the world will end because colored people is reading. So I'm out here doing my world in part, baby. Destroyer. SHILO. Destroyer of worlds. It sounds great. I'm a superhuman, man. Superhero right now, like Superman. Superman right now. SHILO. Destroyer of worlds. What's your power? I read, nigga. I'm a reader. Able to read single books on the daily. With great orating skills. Orating skills. His orating skills shall captivate thee. As he orates, you will feel like you're in another place. I can fly twice as high. Let's take a look. It's in a book. Reading rainbows. I can't read anything. If you're out there and you want to be a destroyer of the world like me, grab your book, baby. If you look like me, grab your book. It's time for battle. War time. Read, baby. Read. Fight the power. I ain't got to lift a fist. I'll lift my lips to words that's on pages. Destroyer of worlds. My YouTube gonna get canceled. I'm sending nuclear bomb, nuclear destruction with books. I'm trying. Hey. Hey, they didn't started something. Call me Oppenheimer. Shiloheimer. Oh, shit. I'm out here. Man, we gotta get him. Look at my weapons of mass destruction. Oh, Lord. They gonna get me like Saddam and Gaddafi. He out there trying to read to folks. Look at all them weapons. Oh, Lord. My weapons. You ready to go? I got something for you. Choose your death wisely. For it will not come quick. For I will cherish this. Choose ye this day. Ass in the damn hole of knowledge. Yeah, man, that was it. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep pushing and trying to find other weapons of destruction so I can go ahead and do my part and keep tearing down the veil that is over your eyes, like they put the veil over Miss Zora Neale Hurston head. I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna keep doing my part. It's SHILO, man. I'm out here, man. Doing my part. I've been loosed. I've been loosed. SHILO unloosed. That's SHILO unhinged. Shit. From reading books. Who'd have thunk it? Hey. But it's getting good. You know, Ms. Zora, I think this book definitely was a great conjunction, or has been so far, a great conjunction to Which Way Is Up. I mean, not Which Way Is Up, to On the Real Side. To On the Real Side by Mr. Mel Watkins. It was definitely a great conjunction together. It definitely, you know, being that I'm from Louisiana, it definitely brings back so many memories and things that maybe I thought I forgot. It definitely makes me look at my people differently. I have been like Zora Neale Hurston around here. Collecting lies and grammar and literary works, you know, sayings. It's been, we was at a parade yesterday. Oh, man. And all I could think about when my brother was talking, all I could think about was Miss Zora. Miss Zora and the stories that I have read so far. We was watching the parade and my brother then hollered out to somebody across the street, talk about, man, I ain't got enough toilet paper for all the shit I need to say. Oh, and there was some shit. Oh, it was some stuff out there. Oh, man, it was some stuff out that parade. Oh, Lord, man. Oh, I got to keep reading. That's why I got to read. for the stuff I saw at that parade yesterday, oh, destruction needs to come quickly. Destruction. Let me do my part. Oh, Lord. The funky foots, the dusty foots that was round there. Oh, big, bag, sloppy, dusty foot. Oh, man, heifers. Oh, oh, oh. Just shaking their rutabagas. Oh, shaking their old turnip greens. Oh, they was too hot to try when they turnip greens out. Oh, them turnip greens need to go back in the bag. Put them turnip greens back in the bag. I think I saw mold and mildew. But like my brother said, it was too much. It was so much. I ain't got no toilet paper for all this shit I need to see. But I'm gonna keep doing. I'm gonna keep listening. I'm gonna keep listening more attentively to the things that my family says, so I can try to get hold of it. And it definitely, it definitely brings a breath of fresh air. I always have a certain love for my immediate family. It's a certain place that they hold for me, certain ones. But definitely reading this so far has damn sure opened my eyes and my mind and my ears to some things that I know I wasn't picking up on before. How they say, are you picking up what I'm putting down? Yeah, I wasn't. I was not. But I'm trying to now. I'm trying to pick up what they putting down, or what they have been putting down for years and years. Stuff that I have heard over and over again. It just makes more sense now. It just I see what it is, and it also makes me look at them a little different. What that old recipe you told me, Mama? What that recipe was? You've been working with Laveau. You've been working with Laveau. Oh, Mama, is something you want to tell me, Mama? You was on that table naked. Papa know you work with Laveau. Oh, my bad. Hey, but till next time, man, we're gonna keep pushing. Man, that has been the reading for today. Chapter 2 of part 2, Hoodoo of Mules and Men by Ms. Zora Neale Hurston. We're almost there. With the book. We have 4 chapters left to go. There's a total of 7 chapters left in part 2 of the book. So we'll finish off them 7 chapters. Should be in about 7 days, about a week. So by next week, we should be finished with the book by next week. If I continue to do 1 chapter a day. Some of these chapters are small, so I might skip and do 2. I might do 2 a day for like chapter 3 and chapter 4 probably can be read together. Chapter 3, chapter 4, and chapter 6. Shit. I might do 5, 6, and 7 together at one setting, and then we might have to look at some of this other stuff. We might have to read the afterward. I definitely want to read some of the remedies, the hoodoo remedies for bad work. Let's see what they say right quick. To rent a house. You got problems renting a house? Let's see what they say. Tie up some rice and sycamore bark in a small piece of goods. Tie 6 fig leaves and a piece of John the Conqueror root in another place. I wonder what that is. Cheesecloth is good. Boil both bundles in a quart of water at the same time. Strain it out. Now sprinkle the rice and sycamore bark mixed together in front of the house. Put the fig leaves and John the Conqueror root in the corner of the house and scrub the house with water they were boiled in. Mix it with a pail of scrub water. Shit, I ain't even got to go to the leasing office no more. Hey, that's easier than giving them my ID. Go get some water. No. Some sycamore bark. Cheesecloth. Court scrapes. You got some shit going on in court? Hey, we got something for you. Running feet. You got running feet? We got something for you. You want to make a man come home? Let's see. Take 9 deep red or pink candles. Write his name 3 times on each candle. Wash the candle with Van. With some Van. Put the name 3 times on paper and place under the candles. And call the name of the party 3 times as the candle is placed at the hour of 7, 9, and 11. There's all type of stuff. To break up a love affair, to make people love you. What is this? Paraphernalia of conjure. Prescriptions of root doctors. So if you got gonorrhea, hey, they got something for you. Who needs a doctor? You got syphilis? It's in here. You got bladder trouble, rheumatism, swelling, lockjaw, flooding, whatever that is. You sick at the stomach. I'm coming. Leave it alone. I'm gonna come. Medicine for the purge. You got something for loss of mind. You poison? Oh, they got something for you. Oh, there you go. And the afterward. Yeah, we'll read through some of them. That'll be one session by itself. So we'll read some of the formulas for these different things after we read chapter 7 and the afterward. Yeah, we'll be done with the book. We should be done with the book this week. Oh, thank you, Dr. Rollins. I thought flooding was when the water rises. When it rained a lot and the water rained down on me. I thought that was flooding, but hey, we got Dr. Rollins, paging Dr. Rollins to give us the information on flooding. They come back next time, everybody, to the next session of Reading with SHILO. We'll pick up on chapter 3 next time. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, definitely leave a comment. If it's something, if you're from New Orleans and you know what that St. Joseph bread is, man, let me know. Bread beignet. I need to know. I would like to know. Man, we're gonna keep pushing. One book at a time, one session at a time, one page at a time, one paragraph at a time, one line at a time, here a little, there a little, man, until we find something that we can learn and grow from in each of these books that we decide to pick up. And we'll keep ending the world one book at a time with SHILO, the destroyer of worlds. I'm out here. Shalom, everybody, man. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, man. Keep on pushing. We out here.